Hello, Starshine. That came from a movie. I can't remember what one. Today I want to tell you about a little chain of thoughts that's been occurring in my head that is keeping me from getting results. And I think some of you guys probably do the same exact thing because one of my clients has a similar thing. So what happens is that I will set a goal, a result that I want for myself. And then as time passes, I will check out my goal and I'll realize that I don't have it. And then what I do is I think, well, if I don't have my result yet, I must not be doing X enough, or I must not be good enough at Y. And this is where things start to fall apart, because then I go, well, I'm not good enough at Y, that's why I don't have my result, and therefore I will go get better at Y. But what I've done by thinking I'm not good enough at it is I've put myself in a place of lack. You guys have heard of scarcity. It's losing its meaning because scarcity gets thrown out there so much. But if you're feeling like you lack something, you're not enough at something, what you want to do from that place, what I want to do is preserve, protect, or kind of conversely pressure myself, punish myself, attack, go into desperation, and like frantically quickly get better at something. This is not the way that I want to work on my life. It's not fun, first off, and it's ineffective. It's much more effective to improve based on a foundation of being enough, and also just because it is fun, because it's something you want to do. We improve best this way, especially if you're someone with ADHD like me. Fun is where the dopamine is, okay? The dopamine is not in the not enoughness. We've already slammed ourselves with that, for decades now. So here's what I want to recommend is, first off, a really easy solution is to leave out the enoughness altogether and just go, every time you look at your result, the result that you want, go, here's what I want, or here's what I have. That's first. Here's what I have. Here's what I want. Here are some steps that I can take to get it. And every time you evaluate, use that same thing. It's never, oh, why am I not getting this? Because I'm not enough, right? Because your brain's going to want to answer you with that. So instead, it's, here's what I have. Here are the facts. Here are the numbers. Here's the situation. Here's what I want. Here's how it looks different. The number is higher or lower, right? The situation is different. And then here's what I can do. Here are the skills I could work on. Here are the thoughts that I could think, the emotions that I could feel that would make it easier for me to get my results. Here's the actions that I could take. Do that. It's going to give you a much different emotional punch than I'm not enough. I need to get better before I can have success. Another thing that I want to recommend to you is working on the thought. And by working on, I mean providing yourself opportunities to consider the thought as true. So working on believing that you are enough, telling yourself why. Why am I enough? Adding a time frame. I'm enough today. And seeing if you can believe that. The more you believe that, the less that's going to pop up as the reason that you're not winning at life. And then the last thing that I wanted to just recommend is to check in with why you set that goal in the first place. Because remember, I set the goal. I set the result that I wanted to have. And then when I didn't have it soon enough, I told myself I wasn't enough. How ridiculous. I set the goal in the first place. It's an arbitrary goal that I decided upon. Likely because I wanted to feel better. Probably. A lot of the times we set goals that way. Not all of mine are that way anymore. But sometimes I'll find a sneaky one, like get back in there, that I set because I think once I reach it, I'll finally feel better. If you notice that's what you're doing, work on feeling better first, because your feelings come from your thoughts, not your results. And set goals because, this is going to be like my theme for the year, set goals because they're fun, because you want to go, you would like enjoy the process of achieving them. Let me give you an example of that. Like it's easy for me as a parent to go, what's an example of the not good enough? It's easy for me to go like, I yelled at my kids. The result is that I yelled at my kids 3 times this week, and I want to have yelled at them 0 times this week. That must be because I'm not good enough at Oh, I'm not patient enough. There we go. I'm not patient enough. I need to get better at being patient. Now I clench down on being patient and I suck all the joy out of it and I judge myself constantly and it probably makes me more frustrated ultimately. And an alternative to that, a goal, like, instead of just be a better mom, that might be the goal. Is if I'm a better mom, I'll feel better about myself. And then I get into all this pressure stuff. I might decide, like, what would be really fun for me to do or be with my like, what's my actual goal with my kids? It'd be really fun for me to work on just enjoying my children. I want to have fun around my children. What would make this interaction more fun? What would make it more interesting? Because that's the same thing as fun. What would make it more of a game, more of a I'm gonna lose a thought that I had. If I'm setting my goal for fun instead of to feel better, then there's not this push. There's not this I need to achieve it. But even if you're not setting these fun goals, even if you have goals that are more like serious, removing the step where you go, why do I not have this? Oh, it's because I'm not enough. And just saying, here's what I have, here's what I want, here's how I get it. Those are some good tips for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. You can comment on this. It will stay up on my page. Happy to see you guys. Bye-bye.